At the heart of Metal Gear Solid lies the rivalry between Solid Snake and Liquid Snake, two clones of Big Boss who are locked in a conflict that epitomizes the theme of Gene. Genetically identical, yet vastly different in personality and outlook. Their battle is not just physical, but philosophical, a clash over identity, destiny, and the meaning of their shared heritage. Liquid's resentment defines his entire existence. Believing he was engineered as the inferior clone, he grows to despise both Big Boss and Solid Snake, seeking to surpass them both to prove his worth. This belief that his very DNA relegates him to a lesser status fuels his rage and shapes his obsession with power and domination. Snake, on the other hand, is blissfully unaware of the genetic tampering that shaped him. He views himself as a soldier, nothing more, nothing less. Unlike Liquid, Snake's ignorance allows him to avoid being consumed by bitterness. Yet, as the game progresses, Snake is forced to confront the same questions Liquid wrestled with his entire life. Am I nothing more than a tool? Am I destined to follow the path laid out by my genes? For all their differences, Snake and Liquid are strikingly similar. Both are products of war shaped by the battlefield. Snake admits that he only feels alive when he's fighting, a sentiment Liquid shares. Both men see combat as intrinsic to their identities, yet they respond to this realization in opposite ways. Liquid embraces it fully, reveling in his role as a warrior and seeking to create a world of perpetual conflict where he can thrive. Snake, however, begins to question his place in this cycle of violence, grappling with the possibility of a life beyond war. Liquid's anger at Big Boss further highlights their shared struggle. He views Big Boss as a symbol of the system that created him and seeks to surpass him as an act of defiance. Meanwhile, Snake, though disconnected from any familial attachment to Big Boss, is unknowingly following in his footsteps. Both men are trying, in their own ways, to escape the shadow of their father. Through Liquid, the game poses a haunting question to Snake and the player. What does it mean to be human in the face of manipulation and control? Liquid represents one possible answer: unwavering adherence to the idea that he is a tool of war, destined to fight and destroy. Snake's journey, in contrast, becomes one of finding a new answer, rejecting that destiny and forging his own path, not as a soldier, but as a person. Liquid's declaration that he's Snake's shadow is a moment of profound insight. He does represent the darkest parts of Snake's identity, the bloodlust, the nihilism, and the unrelenting drive to fight. Yet Snake's journey through the game is one of rejecting this shadow. Through his interaction with others, Snake begins to see that his life doesn't have to be dictated by the same forces that shaped Liquid's.